Angels. We know them. We love them. There's those that do Charlie's dirty work for him. There's some that invade your personal space bubble. Hopefully that's consensual. And some would say, my dog is an angel. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some angels that are known for their color. Okay, and maybe a few other things. Like precision flying and aerial tactics in jets at speeds that will make you go. I'm talking flying in close-knit formation at speed with precision down to the millimeter. I'm talking playing chicken in the air, and I'm talking because I was inverted. Let's go take a look at a Blue Angels practice session. So this video is going to be a look at like the day trip you can have if you come out to watch a Blue Angels practice session at the Naval Aviation Museum. Had to get the name right, and luckily there's a sign right there. But also, I'm gonna have a full detailed blog post, so I'll leave that link in the description. Check that out. That's gonna be like your cheat sheet, all the information you need, all the links you need, everything's there. But for now, let's just go have a fun day. Have my call sign ready. Dress for the job you want. That's what they say. If you're wondering where the baked potato comes from, my husband often says, what's smarter? Katie or a baked potato, when I have a blonde moment, which is like all the time actually, and the potato always wins. But for your logistics info, getting here, put in Naval Aviation Museum in Google Maps, it'll take you straight here, and then basically you just follow a crowd because you're not going to be the only one, so it's pretty easy to get here. The thing is, at the moment, you do need to have a military ID to be able to get on the base to watch it here. So if you don't have that, there are a couple of other areas around where you can watch them that don't require a military ID. And I'm gonna leave a link also in my blog post to the Facebook page that I was using to plan this, and that page gave a lot of info on like where the other good areas to go, so there was a lot of options you have. This video is specifically for if you have the ID and you're coming to the museum. There's a really large free parking area, and then you just walk around, you just follow the crowd over to where you can watch the practice. You can rent chairs to sit at the front, you can sit on the bleachers without needing to rent anything, or you can just stand. So a few options there, really well organized, and they have someone on a microphone the whole time telling you like which way to look and what maneuvers they're doing. So just well organized, really well run event. And what was the other thing I was going to mention was allow like a couple of minutes to walk around to where the practice is, so don't show up like at 10:30 when it starts or whatever time it's starting that day. Make sure you get here like at least 30 minutes early to be able to find your parking spot, allow for any delays at the gate or anything like that, and then walk around to where it is. It's not a long walk, but it's just like I didn't really anticipate for that, and I was like getting here right on time pretty much. Did you know the Blue Angels were named in 1946 after a nightclub in New York? That's a little bit of fun trivia for you if you want to just wow the people in your car and you drive in. People love trivia, right? I don't know, I love trivia. I think most people probably actually, they would wow you with flashy car, square footage in a house, I don't know, stuff like that. But in the words of the great philosopher Shania Twain, that don't impress me much. I love trivia. So if you love trivia too, number one, leave your best trivial fact in a comment. I'm interested to hear yours because I legit do love trivia. And number two, go to the Blue Angels website. There'll be a link for that in my blog post as well. And they have a FAQ page with tons of like interesting information about the history, the jets, everything you would want to know is on that page. And I'll share my bit of trivia with you. I really do hope you'll share your trivia in the comments. Mine is, did you know the crocodile can slow its own heart rate down to 3 beats per minute to conserve energy so that it can stay underwater longer? Pretty fascinating, right? So back to the practice session. Pretty bloody cool, if you ask me. It's crazy to think that that was them practicing, because when I was practicing how to drive, I drove through a roundabout, you know, and they're just doing it up there in jets. But I know they're not learning. I just thought that would be funny to throw in there. But practice session went by so fast. So like, be ready, look up, like look wherever they tell you. It goes by really fast, and they're just like whizzing by, doing loop-de-loops, doing some of these ones, you know, doing a bit of everything. It's so cool to watch and so loud. So if you have kids, maybe that you would want to bring some sort of like what am I thinking? I was gonna say headphones, but probably not headphones, like hearing protection, because it does get super loud. Like some parts are like so loud, you know, when it rumbles in your heart, like it was that loud. That's one tip I have for you, but it's so cool. You just get to watch them and you have like a front row seat here at the museum. And so they're just whizzing by, they're whizzing over you. Super cool. And then afterwards, they sometimes do autograph signings, which is pretty cool. The actual pilots, right? Like, so cool. And you can just come into the museum and they'll be signing autographs there. That's not every practice session though. So I definitely recommend checking the website, and they have it marked which ones have that, and then come for those ones so you can meet them, because it's pretty cool experience. That's why I wore this. I was hoping it would be like a convo starter, but the line moves so fast you don't really get too much of a convo anyway, and I'm shy, so I kind of just stood there not knowing what to say.
I like turtles.
So yeah, it's loud, it's fast, it's cool. It's just like watching Top Gun for real right above you, right? So cool. As far as what you want to bring here, you don't really need much. You could bring a little fold-up chair, I guess, if you didn't want to sit on the bleachers or rent the chairs. Otherwise, you really don't need much, just a camera and whatever weather-appropriate clothing. It's a little cold today, so put on a jumper. But yeah, you really don't need much. Your cameras, they move so fast, it's so hard to focus on them. But I found that I could get some cool videos on my phones, and that was like fun enough. And the rest of the time, I kind of just wanted to watch them because they were so cool to be able to see them so close, you know, and hear them so close. And then when you do go into the museum, you're not allowed to have a backpack in there. That's one mistake I made. I had to quickly dump my backpack at the car and then walk back to the museum. So it'll be easier if you just don't bring one, I guess. So once it's over, as far as the rest of the day, the museum looks super cool. So I'm actually going to be staying, and I'm just going to walk through and check that out because it looks awesome. It's actually my birthday tomorrow, so today is my last day of life at this age, sending it off well with this adventure. That's why this is my little present to myself, coming out and having this day trip. So there's a cafe in the museum. You can stay and grab a snack, grab a drink, and that's what I'm going to do, because Katie's is hungry, and then just walk through and look at all the exhibits. Okay, definitely do the $20 simulator ride. They have two different ones. One's $6, one's $20. Do the $20 one. It's super cool. I did 3 barrel rolls. It's pretty cool. You can actually go fully upside down in it. And I also crashed into a jungle like twice. And first time was in like 30 seconds. So flying is probably a little bit harder than it looks. Museum recap. It's very cool. Well worth turning this into a day trip. Watch the practice at the start and then do the museum after, because they have the restaurant where you can get some food and then you can just see all the exhibits, and it's actually really huge. You can fill the whole afternoon there. So super cool. Lots of planes, lots of cool stuff to see, and just like such an awesome day trip. I also think this would be a good day trip if you have people visiting you, bring them out here for the day. Yeah, just a pretty cool place. Otherwise, just good for a little solo adventure if you're like me and just go and explore places by yourself. Update, I just found this area on the other side of the museum, and there's a bunch of like picnic tables and shade and trash cans and stuff. So if you do want to eat at the restaurant inside the museum, which it does get pretty busy on a practice day, at least it did today, you could just pack a lunch and eat it out here. That's definitely what I would do next time if I was coming back. But that's it from the Blue Angels practice session. If you like this video, don't forget to tell YouTube you like the video by hitting the thumbs up button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Plenty of new videos coming soon. And leave me your trivia comment. I'm interested to hear yours. Other than that, I will see you next time. Bye from the baked potato.